everybody at Cupertino watching this as closely as we are, or is this just another day for the Apple employees, Mark?
Well, I mean, I can tell you that they are watching it. They are probably very excited about this. This is something they've been looking towards. But what they'll tell you is no, they don't really care about the money. They don't care about the market cap. They don't care about this valuation. But nonetheless, this is a historical moment for a company that's had so many ups and downs. I mean, if we all remember, just back in 2011, Steve Jobs passed away. This was the guy who came up with the iPad, the Mac, and the iPhone. And everyone was saying, almost a decade ago now, what's going to happen to Apple? Is Tim Cook going to be able to take Apple to new heights? Are they really going to survive in a post-Steve Jobs world? And it was clear the first time when Steve Jobs left many decades ago that wasn't going to happen. Apple went through many downturns. But now, 7, 8 years later, it's very clear that Tim Cook was able to steer Apple to new heights. The iPhone 10, the AirPods, the iPad Pro, many new devices, this new services business, and many more moonshot projects to come. So Tim Cook was clearly able to pull it off. He was able to fill the shoes of a giant, one of the greatest inventors in the history of the world. So it's definitely a historical moment for Tim Cook personally and for Apple as a company.
It's historical. I'm excited. I'm so excited about hitting this number, $1 trillion. It is psychologically important. It's going to be crucial to see how the business continues to sustain this sort of valuation. Mark, talk to us about what is needed now from Apple in terms of more kind of products coming to the market. And also, as Romain was just telling us, this is so crucial because we've seen such a sell-off, such pressure on the rest of the tech market.
Yeah, absolutely. It's already time to talk about how Apple's going to get to 1.5 trillion and 2 trillion beyond that. Well, the good news is we started to hear a little bit more about that plan earlier this week on their Q3 2018 earnings call. iPhone sales of the hardware itself, the growth is slowing. They only grew about 1% year over year in terms of unit sales. But now they have this growing services business where they're going to really make more out of the existing user base of nearly 1 billion iPhones actively used today. And so they're going to be selling services and apps and Apple Music and video content and news subscriptions, all sorts of stuff. Apple went in really fine-grained detail about how its services business is performing. This is a business that they're expecting to become a $50 billion per year segment for them by 2020, 2021, and they're well on their way to hitting that. There's other projects in the works. They've been working on self-driving technology for cars, which is going to be a whole new arena for the next few decades that you see Uber and Waymo and many of the car companies, GM and Lyft, all playing in. So they clearly have a plan for the next several decades, and we're watching it play out before our eyes right as they're hitting this milestone.